Hey everybody, welcome back to the 10th floor. It's me, Matt.
Hi everybody, happy 2023.
Happy
It's
New
Cat.
Year! Oh my gosh, it is
Woohoo!
New Year's morning here in Port Charles, live on the 10th floor. And what an adventure it was over the New Year. We are still looking for Britt. Has anybody seen Britt? I haven't seen Britt. Everybody's looking all around the Haunted Star. Everybody's looked up and down the docks, Pier 51, Pier 52, Pier 53, Pier 54, Pier 55. No sign of Britt Westbourne.
Did they look at the hospital?
I maybe. I don't know if that would be the first or the last place to look. I don't know. Hey, Stephanie, welcome. Happy New Year, Stephanie. Happy 2023 for everybody here. And I guess happy 2023 for Britt Westbourne, who is now, I don't know, somebody else, someone Jenkins. Globe-trotting to the bitter end.
Yeah. I was kind of hoping she'd change her mind.
What was she going to do?
Austin tried.
Stick around and die? Hey, Kawan. Hey, thanks. We are great. I appreciate your joining us here in the chat.
Hello.
Hope everybody had a great New Year. Oh man, so yeah, Britt Westbourne. Hello, Kat and Matt and everyone. Evelyn, Happy New Year. Look at this. Everybody just happy go lucky, enjoying the day.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
May old acquaintance be. How much champagne is in this coffee? Who knows? None.
I never can remember the words to that.
It's
That all the
yeah, you're right.
Be forgot.
Who
Who the hell is old Lang Syne anyway? What's that fool?
Somebody from 1892? I don't know. I don't know. What is this in the card delivery of? Not sure what you're trying to say again, Kaiwan. I appreciate your participation in the chat, but it is a little difficult for me every time. Stephanie will miss Britt. We got to stay focused. We have 2 weeks of GH to cover. All right, we weren't on last week because we had a super fun Christmas time, you and me together under the same roof, opening gifts, watching all those kids scream over, what was it, Beyblades and real pooping dolls. I mean, goodness gracious, things haven't changed from when I was a kid.
Real crying dolls, not real pooping dolls, crying dolls.
There was also a real pooping doll, all right? There was a Play-Doh doll, all right, that you pulled the Play-Doh out of the diaper, all right?
Oh, I didn't see that.
You didn't see that? It was hours of fun for...
I didn't purchase nobody no pooping doll.
Oh goodness! I mean, just imagine what did the kids in Port Charles get for Christmas this year? What sort of gifts are out there? I mean, I guess there was a scene where Michael was like, "Did you have a good Christmas, Wiley?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a terror," and ran off or something. But like what do you get Leo? You get him like a book of animal facts? Get him a second horse?
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you get the kid
kind of stuff
who has it all? Hey, Stephanie.
You know what? You know who?
We weren't on last week. It's all good.
You know who used to bring? You can guess what they used to bring. Robert brought it before for Robin.
Oh goodness!
Jackson's brought it for Jocelyn.
It's that instrument.
It's
the didgeridoo.
Unusual instrument.
It's a
what
didgeridoo.
It's a didgeridoo. Yes.
I'm sure Emma has a didgeridoo. Everybody's got a didgeridoo. I don't have a didgeridoo. It's that classic Australian instrument, that one that you just associate with it. That one,
Yeah.
I mean, of course, that's not at all what it sounds like.
Odd instrument. Sounds like beads, like in a thing. I don't know. It's unusual.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Oh goodness, the kids in Port Charles are locked in the attic, Stephanie. So I guess they didn't get anything.
Man.
They're like flowers in the attic. They're trying to make a key out of a soap impression, just trying to get out of there.
On Thanksgiving, the only kid they let to come down the stairs was Leo. Everybody else, your ass.
They let Georgie. They let Georgie out, but she had to be I don't know. Oh, she was visiting Ellie, right? They were all over in Berkeley.
Yeah, but that girl's got tooed though.
She does.
That was Georgie's got tooed.
She does have tooed. But we're gonna get Pixie 2.0 out of that, so that's nice.
I like it.
Was that Christmas? That was Christmas. That wasn't Thanksgiving. That was Christmas. Oh, see, look at that. We haven't been on in so long. I've totally forgotten everything that's happened. Happy New Year to the Tomlin family, from the Tomlin family to the Tomlin family. Hi. We're not the Tomlins, but
hello.
Hey. But if you want to adopt us, I don't know. I don't know
My
exactly. I
last
mean, that
name starts
becomes
with a
a
TH as well, so heck, why not?
well, Tomlin T-O-M, Tomlin. It's all good. Happy New Year, Daisy. Everybody's joining the chat. Jacarius is here as well. Hello, Jacarius. Chandra has finally graced us with her presence, fashionably late, like Britt Westmore. We love
Yay,
it. We
Chandra.
love it here on the 10th floor. So,
Okay, where's Kelly Public Cover?
oh, I mean, oh goodness gracious, look at you just name dropping people now. I don't know, maybe she's recovering from her New Year's as well.
Maybe.
Where's Christina? Christina is still at Alexis's house, hanging out, having a great time, being like, I'm the free one. I'm such a free spirit. I'm floating around.
When like the first week for Christmas, it appears we got a little more Christina.
Yes.
And New Year's week, we got more Molly.
Yes. Right? Well, okay. Well, I don't know, because so there was the Christmas Day baby delivery. Molly was in that because she showed up with TJ because they were caroling.
Yes.
They were caroling, and the snowstorm just got so crazy. That's something I've never done. We've never gone caroling.
I went caroling as a kid.
You did, yeah.
Yes.
Just
I used to have a neighbor. I had a neighbor
they ring over
when
there,
I was a younger kid.
Christmas time.
When I was a younger kid, when my parents are still married, when I was a younger kid.
Uh-huh.
And my neighbor had this big 4x4 truck, and she would load up kids in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I was friends with her daughter. She would load up kids in the neighborhood in that pickup truck in the back, because back then in the 70s, you didn't worry about no one falling off and nothing. Okay. So they line up, put all us kids in the back of that open pickup truck, and we would go very, very slowly all over the neighborhood and sing. And if somebody came out of their house, we jump off the truck and go and actually carol at their house. And which happened a lot, actually.
Just lots of what, jingle bells? Like what song did you get into?
All the stuff that everybody remembers easily,
Oh, okay. Chestnuts roasting on an open
That's a little too wordy, actually. More like, Rudolph and jingle bells and snow, kid stuff. I remember this with the last caroling thing I went on. I think I was in the 8th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in Janelle's house after we were caroling. And I was in the 8th grade. And a boy around the corner, his name was Sal.
Ooh, Sal.
His real name was Salminio.
Okay.
I forget that boy's last name.
It's all right. We don't need to really put him
on blast here live on YouTube. All right, he was around the corner. And he kissed me in the hallway of the house.
Scandalous 8th grade secrets. Oh my goodness.
I was all enamored in him for a little bit after that.
Oh goodness gracious. Oh man, to be young and adventurous once again.
That's funny.
Gosh.
That's funny.
Anyway. Oh man, does that stuff still happen nowadays, or is everybody too afraid to touch each other without talking first? I don't know. I mean, that's not a dig at all. I was just wondering. Because I wasn't like that. I wasn't somebody that was like, "Oh, I'm gonna try to kiss this person." Like, no, it just wasn't my style.
No, now you don't even bother going there. You just send each other a picture of your parts you should be giving to yourself.
Hey, I mean, that's a storyline that could be covered here on General Hospital. I mean, Jake gets caught sending his bits out there to some girl in school.
Yeah, that's a real thing, man.
And Elizabeth freaks out and breaks his phone.
It's out there big, and it's so considered so normal a lot. I don't get it.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just one step removed from that generation. The iPhone didn't come out until I just graduated from high school, so I still had that lo-fi experience as a teenager.
Oh, Matt.
I mean, there was the internet. There was, there was DSL by the time I had graduated. There was high-speed internet.
Bing, bong, bing, bing,
that was middle school for me. AOL was middle school. That one.
Everybody knows that sound, right?
Not everybody
if you know
anymore.
That sound, you have to be a certain age to know that sound.
Plenty. There's a whole generation of people that only know that sound from the internet referring to that sound. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. All right. So, like I said, we haven't been on for 2 weeks. We've had oh my gosh, since we've been on here, we've celebrated the birth of a savior and entered into a whole new year. There's been a lot going on.
There has been. Oh my goodness gracious! Thank you very much, Opal Cortland, for that. The birth of a savior. How was the hummingbird cake? Chandra wants to know. The hummingbird cake. Chandra wanted to know how was the hummingbird cake? Because we made hummingbird. Well, you made hummingbird cake for Christmas.
I did.
Because we have a birthday cake for Jesus every year.
And it was a scratch. It was scratched too, which is highly unusual for me. Because I remember your grandma said to me the week of Christmas, we were putting away groceries and stuff, and she's like, "Are you going to make a birthday cake for Christmas Day?" I said, "Yeah." She go, "I didn't see him. Did you forget a cake mix? I didn't see cake mix in the groceries." Ooh. I said, "I'm making it from scratch. Can you believe that?"
Goodness gracious. Oh my God.
But anyway, Hummingbird cake was actually quite good. I liked it a lot.
It's amazing. You're going to have to make it again then.
It was good, huh?
Yeah, I had a little sample of it because, I wasn't out because the kids, I am outside of that germosphere. One of them was ill. They were very close to that cake, breathing all over. I just wasn't.
I didn't let them blow out the candle. Did you notice that?
I did notice that, but they were still there, eating over it and stuff. And
I know.
I wanted to be extra careful.
I know.
But I had a little bit of it, and it was tasty. And I understand why Marty Gray is so passionate about hummingbird cake.
You really, I found that you really could hardly taste the pineapple at all.
Well,
and it's
good.
got
it's
a whole
just a
can.
Little hint.
It's just a little bit. It's got a whole big can of crushed pineapple in it. Mm-hmm. And you barely taste that at all. But the banana flavor does come through.
Well, there we go. Ho.
And the cinnamon. It's good, you guys. It's good. And it's real moist and dense.
It is a tasty cake. So if you're out there, go ahead and make some hummingbird cake. You can find a recipe online. It's super good. Your family will love it so long as they're, not.
And if you if you see a recipe for Elvis Presley cake, if you find a recipe for Elvis Presley cake, chop up a couple of ripe bananas and add it into that, and it's the same damn thing.
It's going to be a blue Christmas without Britt. But hey, this year, instead of a baby dying, we had a baby birthed. Right there on the Quartermain rug.
And wasn't that interesting? Wasn't it interesting that they had her lay down on the dang floor?
Yeah, right. Like they couldn't put her on a couch. There's no extra. They talk about endless bedrooms, and they couldn't find one for her to give birth in. Hey, Janet.
Yeah. And they put her on the floor.
Hey, David. Welcome to the chat, David. Look at that. Look at all these people. Kaiwan is a fan of hummingbird cake, so there we go. Pluses on that. And Chandra says, it looked tasty. Scratch is the best. Great job, Mama Cat.
Oh, thank you. But I did not scratch with that frosting. That was a tub of cream cheese frosting.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all
I didn't make this frosting. I said that.
Excuse me.
I don't know.
But that baby though, okay. So there's been some division out there in the General Hospital fandom, as there always is. It doesn't matter what the subject is. There's going to be people who are for it and people who are against it.
Yeah.
I was all for the whole random baby getting birth, all of these things aligning so Britt could be there to do this miracle thing, like the stories converging, Love Actually style. I was into it.
I liked it.
I liked it.
I liked the fact that Britt was there. I liked the fact that the other doctors were there as well.
Yeah, TJ was there. He's
actually a lot of doctors there.
There was
Gatlin Holt.
Yes.
TJ.
Yeah.
Eventually, there was Britt.
Yeah.
Wasn't Finn there?
Finn was not there. No, but Monica was upstairs recovering from illness, so she was technically there.
Yeah, evidently, it don't matter what's going on in that house now. Monica ain't coming downstairs.
Monica is not coming downstairs. I have had enough of you. I've had enough of your nonsense.
She didn't even come to the top of the stairs.
she didn't even give them a walkie-talkie to be like, I hear something happening. What's going on? Like, we can't even give Leslie Charleston some voiceover. Come on, guys. Come on. But baby Britt Noel, I think, no.
Yeah, Britt and Noel. I thought that was a beautiful name.
Yeah, that really is, right?
I really, really love the name Britta, actually. What I don't like about the name Britta is there's also a stupid water filtration crapola that's Britta, and I don't like that.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, hey, I mean, I don't think the Brita filter really was prominent back in 1990 when you had my sister. So
No,
it's entirely
but
possible that I could have had a sister named Brita had you had come across that name and considered it before.
well, your sister's name was I had three. It might have been Jessica and it might have been Vanessa.
Oh my gosh, Mom, you're so
And I
plain.
decided on,
I'm criticizing you.
yeah, not all that. I don't want somebody misspelling your name every time they turn around and saying, what?
I
I
think that it
know.
needs to be Ashleigh. So let's just mix it up some. Ashley. No offense to anybody named Ashley who's spelled like that. That's it's a beautiful spelling. Leanne's here. Hey, Leanne. There's a bedroom
Hi,
right
Leanne.
by the front door where Oscar died. Well, there you go. Boom.
Ain't that the
They
truth?
could have just stuck him right there in the foyer room
I know,
and
but
been
I
like, give
guess,
birth. But they're like, no, we can't
laying her
ruin the
down right
mattress.
there,
We can get a new
I
rug,
guess,
but let's not ruin the mattresses.
right? Anyway, I did like it though. I did like it. And it was a little all my children esque with the miracle thing. That's what I liked about it
Yeah,
too.
it's like Father Gabriel was there being like, all right, now, Britta, you just need to
Yeah.
go in and catch some warmth right inside the mechanic shop there. I'm sure you're gonna find some comfort, Wink. You know, maybe there's gonna be
I
something.
liked all of it. I liked how all of it came together. I liked Sonny showing up at the garage with Sasha there.
Yeah.
I liked the fact that Sasha wound up at the house and she got to see something joyous and
Yeah.
beautiful surrounding a life coming into the world at Christmas time, opposed to what she had happened to her the year before.
She was majorly responsible for this baby surviving.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Look at that.
loved it.
Look at that. Sasha getting built
Yes.
right up to be knocked right back down because Gladys took all her money.
And also what I liked it, and I liked that it was Brando's bike, but so even though he wasn't there,
They
or
finished it before the new year
yes,
and drove in. Oh, look at that. It is a magical Christmas. See, I don't know why people wouldn't
I
like
loved
it.
it.
I don't know why people would. Would you want your baby born where Oscar died? Asked Stephanie. Hey, Melissa, welcome to the show. I like how there was 4 doctors there, but they still needed Britt. Says Melissa. Well, yeah, I mean, Britt's the OB, or the baby doctor.
Yeah, she's, and not everybody's taught how to put your arm up a hoo-ha and turn a baby.
No, definitely not. I mean, you might be given the basics on how to catch it.
But she didn't actually turn it around. It was born feet first.
Yeah, I mean, that took extra thing, and she felt so special. I mean, okay, all right. Here.
I loved it.
How much does this show love Kelly Tebow?
Oh, and they gave her a montage and everything.
They gave her a montage, not only a montage of what she's done on the show, but a montage of her as a child, which brings up all kinds of questions about how she grew up. Okay, because I had questions. Okay, I'll take it for what it is. That's what we do here on the 10th floor. We're not going to get into the practicality of the fact that Britt has never had a birthday. Not too deeply beyond this. How has she never had a birthday party? She went to college. She went to college for all of however many years it takes to become a doctor. And you never had a birthday party?
Maybe she was such a britch
Maybe.
when she was in college as well that nobody wanted to celebrate her. They were like, no, that's an opportunity for her to be hateful
pictures
to me.
did not make her look like a britch at all. She looked super fun and super goofy.
I loved all those.
Tied a ribbon around her teeth and all kinds of craziness.
I loved all her pictures and stuff. I did. And if you're interested, you guys, in her childhood and growing up and stuff, you might have some of you have already listened, but she was on Stephen Bradford's show.
Mm-hmm.
And they largely cover people's childhood and how did you decide you wanted to be an actor and how did you get your break? And, they kind of go through childhood quite a bit. And she talks about her childhood.
Well, there we go. Oh.
So if you really want to know.
So there you go. You can get all kinds of details on that. But it was nice.
Yeah. And all of their interviews on there are quite good.
Yeah.
Are.
But what a way to go. I mean, she didn't go out, being stretchered away because her Huntington's had taken such a turn. I think the idea is she's running off to die. The idea would be we're never going to see her again. This was Britt saying, this is how I'm going out of my life. I'm going to be somebody else until the bitter end.
Yeah, I think she just, any kind of, the ill effects of her disease as it progresses. I just don't think she wants her loved ones to see that at all.
No, she doesn't at all.
Just
She
doesn't
doesn't
want
at all.
them to see that.
I feel like she owed Brad some information. I mean, Austin seemed to know what she was up to. But whatever. That's minor.
I think she's able to figure it out though.
Yeah, well, I mean, that she's run off, yes, but the why? See, the why, it's so mysterious. Simply mysterious. Melissa says that TJ is a multi-tool. He's a doctor of everything, and it's kind of true. He's a surgeon and a general practitioner and a whatever it is we need you for right now.
I think TJ is going to wind up being like
Patrick.
Yeah, I think he's going to wind up being chief of staff. Steve Hardy kind of character. I do.
Well, good for TJ. I would like that.
And I hope they give him a lot more dramatics going around that.
And I hope he uses his multi-tool.
I hope it's like a
often.
Volcano.
Just all kinds of multi-tooling. Just every nurse in the hospital.
Yeah.
Kelly can sing. I love the karaoke. The karaoke was very cute.
The karaoke was awesome.
It was super cute. It was better than
Chase's
song.
I like the song they chose too. What I didn't like about karaoke, and I was a little irritated about it, don't even imply if you're not going to let me see. Don't even imply
that Liesel's going to sing something.
Not you have Liesel going up there to sing something fantastic that she's done in the nurses' ball before.
And then cut
away to her coming off the stage.
Yeah. Our friend Kathleen Gaddy, friend of the show, Kathleen Gaddy. She's been on. Go to our audio podcast library. Listen to her conversation with us that she had. I don't know, a year and a half ago. We should have her on again. She tweeted out that she shares the disappointment that the fans have that Liesel was not able to reprise a performance from the Nurses' Ball, but she also understands because this episode, this was about Britt and not about Liesel.
I understand that they should have had her do a song with Britt then.
Yes.
I would have loved it.
Yeah.
I would not have even thought about it if they didn't prove to me that I was gonna miss something.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you totally on that.
So I just wish they would have done that. I wish they would have done that because I enjoy Kathleen so much when she has an opportunity to sing on the show.
Can you imagine just Liesel up there just being like, "You are the wind beneath my wings"?
I think if they could have done some kind of her and Scotty doing something would have been so dang cute. Wouldn't it?
I don't even know what they could do, but yes, it would be super adorable watching Ken Schreiner up there uncomfortably just screech belting some sort of song.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Swiss Army
I
TJ.
think,
I just love the TJ compliment.
You're a mean one.
You're a mean one.
One little britch. Oh, I would have been
goodness
cute.
Gracious. Oh man. Wrong tone for the party though. Oh man.
Well, with the Britch Fest and the signage was everywhere.
There was a picture of Britt and Epiphany.
Yes,
So
there
that
was.
nice. Oh, Epiphany. A couple of weeks, I'm sure we'll get some sort of. We haven't had a chance to talk about it, have we? Not live on the broadcast.
No.
All right, folks. We can talk about the sadness. Sonia Eddy sadly passed away in the last couple of weeks. I don't remember exactly what day it was. Sonia Eddy, who played Epiphany Johnson, nurse at General Hospital since 2013, 2016, something like that. I think 16.
Earlier than that.
Earlier than that? 2006? No. Remind me in the chat, folks. You guys will know. Yeah, tears in the chat already over it. It's a terrible tragedy. It's super sad. When it comes down to the details of it, a lot of them are scarce. I'm sure everybody already, has been informed as much as they possibly can be in this situation. So it's not like we're going to be able to bring any new light into the situation. I would be super surprised if there's somebody who's watching this right now that didn't know. 2006, Leanne says. So yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. I thought it was, and she was on the spinoff a lot.
Yeah, she was on the night shift one. I remember. I definitely
the
remember
night
that
shift
because
one
I
a lot,
caught.
and that's when Billy D. Williams was on it and all that, and that was her boyfriend and
Yeah,
all that. It
I
was
caught most of the first season
just
of Night Shift.
lovely. It was lovely. Yeah,
Billy D passing away and singing a song with his ghost band.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and she was only,
yeah.
and Sonia was only 55 years old, and
Mm-hmm.
and her death was sudden and unexpected.
Very sudden and unexpected, and it wasn't because of any sort of long-term complications or illness or anything that she had been battling. It was just seems to have just been a terrible turn of luck after operation. So it's a terrible tragedy. Nobody's happy about it, and if you are, then you're a terrible person. I'm just going to say that and not cover it and say sorry.
It was just sad. It was just sad. I was it really bothered me, actually.
It was so shocking, and when it comes down to it, Epiphany has been such an integral part of the soul and spirit of General Hospital for so long. Even when she moved away from being regular, she was on the starting before. She was on the cast crawl. I don't know what, it's a flip now. I don't know really what to call it when she was on it. Because that was when it was all like the city lights and stuff, and everybody was kind of floating above the town. I think, I don't know, she might have had one of those ones where they were posing and like it wrote their names. Epiphany. Anyway. Oh, good times. But since she moved away from being a regular and recurring again, they still used her anytime somebody needed some sort of emotional punch, some sort of tough talking to, something.
Oh, yeah, she was a master of tough love. She could shut down Sonny and Jason. Just like, boop, shut your mouth, boy.
So she's been there. She was there to right the wrong path of characters, or to show them the light, or push them into action in some way. She was a character of action, a character that when she showed up, you knew was going to have an impact on what was going to be moving forward with whoever it is that she was interacting with. And that is a powerful tool. And that is a powerful character to have. And that is something that somebody's going to remember forever. Aunt Ruby, for example, very similar when it comes to the tough love or the great advice or the depth of compassion that she could have for somebody around them, especially ones that she considers family and are the closest to her in her lives. Aunt Ruby is a character that we remember forever. Epiphany is a character that we're going to remember forever. Absolutely. Lila is a character we're going to remember forever. These are all top tier people from General Hospital.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you for all
the mama bears.
The mama bears, yes. So going forward, when it comes to the Epiphany character, I could definitely see them having the character pass away, because it would be a very easy way to be able to honor Epiphany, the character, on the show, with a lot of memorials and stories and flashbacks and tears and sadness and that kind of stuff. Now, is that the best thing to do when it comes to honoring the character of Epiphany herself? I would say no. It's a great way to honor Sonia Eddy, but the better way to honor Epiphany would be to have her pass the MCAT and have moved away to go study to be a doctor.
But she would never, ever, 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 ever come back. That's the only, you can't, there's just, Sonia Eddy is not someone you can recast.
No.
Epiphany cannot be recast.
No.
No way.
No. And I don't think that they would even consider it. Just from social media alone, I don't know these people. I always have to say this caveat, and just in case somebody wants to edit this down and pretend like I know somebody. I don't know anybody. I've never met Frank Valentini. The only thing I can do is pull reaction from social media. And Frank Valentini is not somebody that goes to social media to talk about much. He has his clear tweets that go out that were written by the writers for him, that are promoting the show. When it's Emmy season, he'll talk about some stuff, but really he's very vacant on Twitter, except for Sonia. He posted pictures, and I think he did 2 or 3 tweets about it, which to me is an indication that he was very upset by this. Which means that he loves Sonia a lot, which everybody seemed to have Everybody seems to love her from just all the reaction out there.
Everything they said.
Did you see the cameo video that was released?
I don't think I did.
There was somebody that bought a cameo from Sonia because her mother.
I did see that. Yes, I did.
because her mother had passed away or something like that, and
Mhm.
she just wanted Sonia to just encourage her. And
Mhm.
it was 2 minutes of what apparently is the core of who Sonia Eddy is.
Mhm.
I feel like everybody in the soap world was like, this is the Sonia that I knew. This was the Sonia that came into the room. This was the Sonia that I knew and relied on.
Every single person I mean, I saw it multiple times. Nothing was better than a Sonia Eddy hug. Nothing made you feel loved and cared for more than a Sonia Eddy hug.
Yes. Yes. So many people. Michelle Stafford said that, and she hasn't been on the show in ages. Oh, my goodness. Oh,
Yeah.
goodness. Yvette Nicole Brown, I think. Also, Yvette Nicole Brown. She's a TV lady. She said something about seeing Sonia in passing and was like, oh, I should go have lunch with her. And then they made plans and weren't able to ultimately have them and stuff. So, just very sad, shocking, well-loved, well-liked, well-connected person who was in so many projects as well, like way more than you would ever even really like consider when you sit down and you think about Sonia Eddy and her career. So much, really.
Her characters that she played in sitcoms. The characters themselves reminded me so much, and I don't remember. Do you know on 2.5 Men, the housekeeper lady?
Yeah.
She was abrupt and just like in your face and with love and compassion, but in your face.
Yeah.
That's what I noticed about Sonia's characters as well, and the ones in the sitcom as well. That they were that kind of a character.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
loving
you to death, but telling you.
She played it well. Very convincing, and just was able to capture that energy and bring it to all of the shows that she did, and just contribute and I don't know, just anchor some legacy out there. I can really only speak to daytime, but ever since oh, Matt, that's not the Pine Sol lady, to today,
I don't recall that, Matt.
Yeah, no, I mean, 2006. I don't know. I think I was 20. I was 20 in 2006. I'm sure I was just being Essie. There's no way at 20 I knew, or I confused her with the Spine Saw lady. Oh gosh, I was just being a little turd. Oh my goodness. Some of the chat here. We got they better at least tell us that she passed and became a doctor. I bet they put Marshall with Phyllis. I don't know what the future is for Marshall. Part of the reason why
Phyllis was back on last week.
Phyllis was back on last week, so kudos to that and cool for that, But she's seeing some man, and I doubt it's Marshall. But part of this is strange. Part of the reason why I think it would be interesting to have the character of Epiphany pass away is to have Marshall reaction. Because I think he'd do a really good job with it. I think he'd create some really good TV.
Oh, I think so too.
But that would be sacrificing a character for a few moments.
The character of Marshall started off rough because they made it go. They told the story so dang slow. But he's very endearing. I just love him. Oh,
he sure
he's
is
a wonderful grandpa.
Once
figure.
they figured out who Marshall was, once they settled on who Marshall is, he's been knocking it out of the park.
He has, and I love the fact that the boundaries talk he had with Trina.
Yeah,
Grandpa's ain't got no boundaries.
No. Oh gosh, no boundaries for grandpappies. Nowhere. Chandra says it hurt. Our chat had been talking about her MCATs and med school. What chat? What chat are you talking about, Chandra? Are you part of some sort of Discord chat? Does the 10th floor need to start a Discord channel? Does the Discord need to start a $5 buy me a coffee in which Matt and Kat put 2 to 3 minute reactions to episodes every once in a while when we feel like it? Let me know if you want that. Goodness gracious. We'll talk more details about that later.
So what else, Matt? What else?
Well, hang on. I still want to I want to give everybody their chance to get read about what they're saying about Sonia here.
Okay.
I loved her storyline when she helped Sonny rehab, says Leanne. So I don't know where he's rehabbing from, but thank goodness for Epiphany. Epiphany had a kid that worked for Sonny and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yes, and he died.
Because
that's why initially. That's why she hated Sonny and Jason at first so much.
Stephanie says, I hope Epiphany passes her MCATs before she passes away. Moving her to a new hospital wouldn't make sense. She would never leave General Hospital. I mean, that's entirely possible. Now, I do think that we already know that she passed it, because when she was so worried, and Marshall was like, "It's okay, baby, you got it. You're gonna be fine." She sat down and read that first question and was like, "I got this."
Yeah. I think they could kind of do both. They could, she had something happen, and unfortunately she's gone, and then find the MCATs in her mailbox and open them together.
That's good.
Have some of the hospital staff open them together.
This is a good one from Melissa.
That would be cute. That would be
very cute. That's definitely a very promising direction to go. Melissa's suggestion in the chat is have her move because she found out that her deceased son had a long lost child, and she goes to be their grandma. That's a good one. That is a good one. That's a good Frank Valentini. I know you're listening. This is where you're gonna get that gold. All right. So when you're writing it, write this stuff down. She goes to be a grandmother and then passes away along the path, but then they find her MCATs in the mailbox. There we go. Everybody gets it. It would be fitting. It would be fitting to have her pass on screen, says Chandra. Unexpected deaths are real and allows her to be honored on the hospital wall. And that's very true. Unexpected deaths are very real. It is just like life, just like right now. It's very unfortunate for whatever future goals that people had, but it happens.
Yeah.
Nathan. There we go. Cheryl says Nathan's an example of that.
That was her kid's name.
Super unexpected. Sonia Eddy was in Touched by an Angel, says Melissa. She had a great energy. Yeah. Goodness. Leanne likes Marshall and Trina's developing relationship.
I like it too.
And Stephanie's down for more Matt and Kat, all right? So, hey, Stephanie. All right. Figure it out. Is he the son that died in the continuity because he's been on the spinoff? I don't know what you're referring to, Taiwan. Sorry. The results were give her a heart attack. Oh, Cheryl. I hope not. I hope great news wouldn't be the death of a character. You know who? You speaking of great news, though. You know who got great news?
Who got great news?
Valentin and Anna. Do you know what great news that they got?
No, I forgot.
There's still a country in Europe they haven't boned in. Let's go.
Well, like I said last time we were on here, they see that they want to looking like they want to bump uglies on every continent before they go home.
At least every country in Europe. I mean, they've been to Ireland, they've been to Scotland. I mean, I don't know where they are now.
Weren't they in the Netherlands somewhere?
Yeah, they were in the Netherlands. They boned in a windmill. They boned in Sean Donnelly's house. They're boning right in front of Andre where are they? Germany this time? Like Andre, he's just like, hey, Anna, I'm here for our meal. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay, that didn't happen, but
So why is Andre back?
I don't know, he was there to give him some sort of information about a place that he's been to, but can't remember how to get there because he was blindfolded every time because he's a super deep spy for the WSB this whole time, or has been. Or I missed all of Andre's story. I came back watching General Hospital when he was breaking up with Jordan.
Okay.
Which is like toward the end of the Andre arc entirely. The last thing that he did was sort of get involved with the Drew thing, the Drew memory swap, and get stabbed.
Well, he was the medical person that Faison was making do the memory stuff.
He's the one. He and that bald doctor were the ones that were swapping people's brains. He was that dude's assistant. So that was the last. That was like honestly the only Andre storyline I had ever seen, because I watched his end of his arc with Jordan because Curtis and Jordan were in love or something, and Andre had to step away from it because it was dramatic. And then he left town for some reason. I don't remember the reason he left town. And I remember being disappointed because Anthony Montgomery, who's the actor, he was on Star Trek. He did Star Trek Enterprise for 5 years.
He sure did.
Dad said you should be on my Star Trek podcast because you probably know more about Trek than you realize you know about.
Well, that's what your falling down dad says.
Did you guys remember? You guys saw that, right? My dad totally taking to tell me he tripped over the dog last week at the beginning of the episode. But he's totally okay. Not even a limp. He's
Yes,
fine.
He's fine.
He's fine.
But now we got on. If I refer to him as falling down dead, you know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah, we got Mama Cat and Falling Down Dead. It's all good. I'm happy just being Matt. We don't need to come up with a name for me. I try to be prolific. I'm Matt. Once in my life I was known as Manny Hot Dogs. So maybe you just call me Manny Hot Dogs. Yeah, you want a hot dog? He's a hot dog vendor in New York City. He's a recurring character in Law and Order SVU. All right, so he's not real. Okay, it's just me doing a character and a voice, but he's named Manny Hot Dogs. All right, and he's integral because Olivia Benson shows up and she needs a hot dog. She needs a hot dog so she can think about the case, so she can solve the case. And who's there? Manny Hot Dogs every time.
Manny Hot Dog.
I have a strange life.
Gosh.
I have a strange, goofy life, you guys. And you guys only see an hour and a half of it every day.
He's goofy.
Well, not every day.
I dropped him on his head.
I would love, Ma, I would love it. I would love it. It would be super fun to be James Lott Jr. If I could wake up every morning and turn on this webcam and just talk to people on YouTube all day long. Holy smokes. What a great life that would be. So everybody just start sending me buckets of cash.
Oh my gosh.
And then I can do that. Ma, you can't do anything without money, Ma.
No kidding.
And who's going to pay me? Joe Biden?
I don't know.
You think Joe Biden's going to pay me? Joe Biden's not going to pay me.
No.
Oh, goodness gracious.
I had a crazy old dude approach me in Walmart last week. He's an older man. He's probably in his 80s. He approached me in the grocery store and got real close to me, and in today's world, the whole get real close to me thing isn't happening anymore like in space, right?
Gross.
And he was like, just real abrupt. You're like Joe Biden.
Get your salmon breath out of my face.
I'm like, I like him just fine, with my cart. You're like paying $6 a gallon. I was like, oh my Lord.
Whoa, gas dropped down to $3.75. Relax, bro.
Oh, exactly. And that was the smart ass thing I wanted to say. Well, I just drove by the station. It was $3.75, but I was like, oh, I can't get away from this old coot.
Lori says, do it. We might pay you. Lori, I can't go off of we might because I got rent to pay. All right. I'm sorry. However, what I'll do is I'll just continue. I'll isolate myself from the rest of my office at work, and I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm doing logistics. I'm making sure that the product is arriving here on time. I'm a logistics nerd. But what I'm really doing is I'm locking the door and I'm setting up a webcam and I'm like, oh my gosh, good morning everybody. It's me, Matt, just me. Let's talk about life. Hey, did you see that video where Angela Bassett's son got in a lot of trouble? But I can't do that when we're talking about General Hospital. Did you see that video where Angela Bassett's son got in a lot of trouble?
No, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, my
goodness, Mama. He was like, hey, Ma, did you see this news where Michael B. Jordan died? And she's like, what? And had a freak out. And then, it turned out to be just her son being a little turd. And then he had to put a big apology online saying, I'm so sorry. Michael B. Jordan he's somebody I look up to. Hey, this is actually tangentially related to soaps because Michael B. was on All My Children.
Yeah, he's Reggie.
Yeah. And he goes, I'm so sorry. Michael B. Jordan is somebody that I look up to. I don't want any blowback onto him, onto my parents. This was something that I did. This was totally my fault. I sincerely apologize from the bottom of my heart over my dumb choice. And to me,
and I'm trying desperately to get my mom's size 9 out of my ass right now.
I mean, that's pretty much what that is, right? How dare you do this, one? How dare you put this online, two? And now every time they talk about you, they're going to be talking about me. So go and do something about this.
Right.
But it was a genuine apology. You could tell how, I majorly effed up his reaction was to things. But hey, Michael B. is fine. He's totally okay. He's still out there making movies. He was just in the Black Panther movie. There was another Creed movie. He's fine. He's very successful. And Reggie Montgomery has made it, folks.
And that trendy thing is not cool.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's not cool.
That's not cool.
No, that's not cool. That's not cool. And moments with Matt's musing. Oh.
Matt's musing.
You guys are cool. I've been calling my little GH onesies, chats with Matt. Chat with Matt. But then when you do one, you can do a chat with Kat. But I would have to host it and hide off the camera, and it would just be, I think it would be strange for you because you can't you're not set up to broadcast. Not that
No,
you couldn't, you're just not set up.
no, not really.
No.
Not really.
Let's see. James does a lot of jobs. He works hard. Yes, he does. He does. I've got the one job and I work hard. I really couldn't do as much as he does. I really couldn't. How am I faring after my Peter attack? Oh, Mom, did you know that Peter August tried to attack me in the night?
I saw that. So I wonder, why did it make such a loud sound?
Well, because it must have just landed at the perfect 90-degree angle of the bottom of the page onto the table. Right. Plus, it was like 2 a.m. I was dead asleep. It could have just been 3 times as loud to me, waking me up, than it was in life.
It was your grandma kicking him off the wall, saying, "Get out of here, kid."
Maybe. But yeah, Peter August, he fell off of his anchoring, just bam, landed on the table that's below there, and just woke me up, and I was like, and my housemate came into the room like, "What's going on? Are you okay? What was that noise?" And I'm like, "Oh, I don't know." Oh, goodness.
It was just...
Peter August.
Well, they make, well, one thing we can say is out of, those headshots that they sell you out there, they're made out of pretty good cardstock, aren't they?
They really are. They're handling things very well. It's been very cold in here. It's been very hot in here. It's been very cold and then very hot in here in rapid succession. They're fine. They're not even in frames. They've been hanging up there exactly like that for months.
Yeah.
Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. Are you looking, everybody? I'm pointing at Sunny.
Let me go get it real quick where people can just see it, okay? Because it's right there in that room.
Okay. All right.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about. I'm curious though. Ooh, let's see. I'm gonna read the chat. James does. Oh, I already said that. I'm a Trump guy. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Moments with Matt. Let's play nice. There's no reason, folks, to have an argument in the chat over who the president is and who you like and don't like. Matt's musings. Michael B. Living. That's true. Michael B. Living. That's true. Oh my goodness gracious, folks. Can you tell? Can you see what this is? I know you can tell. Already, there he is. This is one Mr. Dr. Thomas Ashford Jr. And it is enormous. And he is so muscular and looks so nice. And not only is it a giant poster of TJ, but it's signed by Taj Bellow himself. Look at that. There's a little autograph.
This thing is big, y'all. Look. My arms are all the thing.
So at the General Hospital Convention in March, they had these hanging everywhere. They had all kinds of cast members. They blew up the headshots and they just hung them all over the inside of the fun little conference room that we were having all of the events in. And they raffled off a bunch of these posters. And this was before TJ's
conference room. That was an auditorium.
I don't know what to call it. The big multi-purpose room that we were in. Because I guess it was the convention hall connected to the hotel.
Right, it was Marriott's convention hall behind the Marriott.
Yeah. So it was inside the convention hall. The convention hall. So they had these giant posters up, and they had Willow and Michael and Sunny and Nina and all of the characters there, especially the people that were going to be at the convention themselves. And they raffled off all of these. And this was before TJ had his big year. Like, this year for TJ has been enormous. It was a big year for Thomas Ashford Jr. He got involved in a lot, but previous years he really wasn't up to much. So people weren't supremely interested in TJ or in Taj as much as they were in, Curtis or Portia or people who had more screen time. Right. So they were raffling all of these things off. And they said, we're starting the bid off at $10. And nobody took it. Nobody took it, but that's all right. I understand. He's a very minor character at the time, up to nothing. Really, sincerely. He had just made contract. And they really hadn't been using him in stories. So I get it. Especially times right now in the Panini where money's super tight. You're not just going to be like buying the Taj Bellow poster when you want to save your money for the Nina poster, right? Right? That makes perfect sense. But I felt bad. Plus, I like Taj Bellow. And I thought, I'm going to buy this for 2 reasons. One, I'll get a big poster of Taj, which I forgot to take home.
You didn't have a way to take it home on the train. It's too big.
That's true. That's true. But I should have taken it home when you were down here in Los Angeles. Secondly,
Gonna come to your house someday.
it will.
Somehow.
And secondly, I didn't want word to go back to Taj Bellow that his poster wasn't bought.
Yeah.
I would have felt terrible if he had learned that. You know, I want him to be a happy person, especially since he does have fans out there in the world. They just weren't ready to buy his stuff. So I got it. And he signed it, and we had a chat, and it was a good time.
It was, huh?
So I don't know what's the future of that thing, because it's 300 miles away from me, but but it's there, it exists, and maybe one day one of you can have it. I don't know. Matty Hot Dogs would be an interesting character. I agree. They're in New York already. New guy comes to town. He works just outside the police department. It'll work the same way. Dante can't solve the case unless he visits Matty Hot Dogs. And Matty Hot Dogs always has that insight. He's like, Dante. All right, you're looking at this from the wrong view.
I think there should be a Matty Hot Dog stand right next to Oscar's Meadow.
There we go. Every time I am the new Father Gabriel. Okay, Matty Hot Dogs comes around with his little hot dog cart. All right, and maybe he's in Oscar's Meadow. Maybe he's just walking down Charlie Street. But he's always there with a hot dog and that one piece of advice. Spencer, stop dragging your feet. She obviously loves you. She does so much. She wouldn't be putting her neck out on the line. She wouldn't be teaming up with you to find this Esme girl unless she loved you. So just go for it. You only got the one life to live. Wrong show, but you only got the one life to live. Might as well take advantage of it. Frank Valentini, since I said one life to live, you have to give me a job. That's the rules.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, goodness. Let's see. A black light will show lots of mama cat kisses on TJ's lips. No. You know whose poster Mama Cat would be kissing the whole time, though, would be Steve Burton's. That's the one that she would want to kiss. Now, of the active people on the show, honestly, I don't know. It's not Finn. I can tell you that. It's not Gregory Chase. I can tell you that, too.
No, I don't find anybody like super, nah, I don't find anybody that way right now.
It's okay.
Not even Chase.
Oh, that's all right. You're just happy with your life and with your husband. You don't need no other man. DJ Willow already. TJ Willow. Yes, that would be good. I'm with it, but she's got to not die from cancer first. Oh, Kelly's here. Hey, Kelly. Welcome. She's late,
hey,
but that's
Kelly.
all right. That's all right. It's okay. We had 2 weeks to cover, and we're only an hour into the podcast. All right. I'm sure there's.
We haven't talked about nothing.
We have talked. Have we talked about nothing?
Pretty much.
Oh my gosh, we're just having too much fun. We're just having too much fun. Bit. That's what it is. Amelia went to Graceland and met 14 actors and got all of their autographs. That's how I got all of these, is because it came with the ticket. I'm not special. It came with the ticket.
Our plan is we're really, really, really going to try. If they do Graceland again, Matt and Kat,
we're going to try.
Probably be there.
Again, we're taking sponsorships. I mean, it's a joke, guys. I don't actually expect you to spend money, but I'll take it. Send it to me, Venmo. Valentin is kissable. I don't have a Valentin picture. Who would I kiss up here? Oh, TJ. Duh. Easy. Michael can just go to the garbage can. Oh goodness. So look at this. Everybody loves Matty Hot Dogs too. See? Oh no. Now it's taking a life of its own.
What do you think? Did you notice, Matt? Did you notice that the General Hospital cover photo is different now? It's not the hospital with the big GH
Yeah, they put the cast on it. On Hulu.
It's a cast.
You're talking about on Hulu, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
a cast thing now.
It's neat. They still have that quick little video clip of Franco, though, in the beginning.
Yes. I think maybe Tuesday, because there's not going to be a show there's not going to be a show tomorrow. There's not.
Right.
But maybe on Tuesday when they come back, it's going to be different.
Maybe. They did take a bunch of new pictures. Like they clearly, they released new marketing materials, so that's neat. Oh goodness, Esme the Firebug is becoming my favorite young character. Oh goodness, Dex Mama Cat. Ooh, Mama doesn't want to kiss Dexter.
Well, he looked like a child to me. If I were 25, he would not look
Minnesota.
like a child.
Steve Burton is in Minnesota. It's true. He is.
I think he's from Minnesota, isn't he?
Graceland was money. I'm sure it was.
Oh, I'm sure it was.
I'm sure it was. But you know who has so much money that she can just buy people off and try to change history?
Who's that,
Carly
Matt?
Spencer.
Yeah, she sure can.
She feels like she could just be like, here, you have 100,000 and you have 100,000 and you aren't really Josiah and she's really dead and Willow can never find out that I lied. Not that Nina's her mama, but nobody can find out that I lied. Oh my God.
I don't understand. Now, Sonny and Michael both. Sonny has told Dex to stay away from Jocelyn.
He just can't.
And then he brings his butt to the house.
He just can't.
Mom. And then leaves him there to watch over Jocelyn till Steve gets there.
Yeah, I know that's dumb, right? But how else are they gonna have hot side of the road making out scenes unless they're together?
And Jocelyn, girl, you went into Kelly's on New Year's Eve to break up with that boy.
I know. Well,
didn't she?
Well, yeah, but
didn't see that.
Is she gonna make it though?
I don't know. And not looking good, is it? Somebody's gonna have to save Jocelyn. I don't think Jocelyn's going to get hooked. I think someone's going to, and
the bodyguard or Dex is going to show up,
or maybe even Britt, because Britt's leaving the Honda Star at that moment.
I don't want Britt to get hooked. That would be terrible.
But isn't that true though?
Yeah.
Isn't she leaving it, slipping out at the same time?
I just wanted her to slip out like Bilbo Baggins, though, and just be done. That's not a reference you'll understand, but I just want her to be done. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh.
Somebody got to say Jocelyn.
Ooh, sorry. Some more drama in the chat. Chandra has deleted a message from Kaiwan, but I don't know what Kaiwan said. Oh my God. Such drama, mother. Oh, it's just up in the chat. That's why I have moderators. This is great. Leanne says that Joss deserves the hook for her arrogance. Jocelyn is thinking that she's hot doesn't she? She just walks around thinking that she's the hottest thing in Port Charles.
Yeah.
The first time I boned, it was so amazingly hot that the whole world had to see it. What if she said that one day? What if she turns into a little Elizabeth? Carly's gonna hate that.
Elizabeth. Elizabeth got a lot of problems, though. She really does. She got a lot of problems, but I've just never been a fan of her Pollyanna-ness.
Britt will not die, says Amelia. Emmy winners never get killed. That's right. It's an armor stronger than Kevlar. Emmys. Yeah. So I guess old Spencer's gonna be okay for a while. Oh,
probably.
Goodness. Why kill one of the characters you need? Exactly. There's no reason to kill anybody that you need. There's plenty of characters we don't need that can. Do you like my Cody cosplay? I got the bushy beard and the flannel. I'm just a low down regular guy. It's just me, Cody. Yeah, I'm just a normal dude. I'm gonna get my hands dirty and change my own oil.
Yeah.
That's a character that isn't exactly necessary. Not anymore. The big question, that I wrote down, what's next for the Brit sphere? People like Cody.
Yeah, what is next for the Brit sphere?
There's 3 characters that have been very tied to Brit. Cody, all right. Now, he's got other ties, so he'll probably be okay. Liesel, now she's got other ties, but not as strong ties. Like Britta was the world for Liesel for the last couple of years, plot-wise.
But it's true. But she still has 2 other characters that she has a lot to do with, which is Nina and Scotty.
And Maxie.
And Maxie, too.
And James, little James.
And little James.
Little James.
Did you notice in the Britta montage of photos, they had a picture of her with her brother, Ryan Peavy. There was a photo of the 2 of them in that montage, too.
Yeah, there was. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I guess the character that's in the most trouble, then the one with the weakest ties to the rest of the cast because everybody hates him, is Brad.
Brad's always so funny.
I wish I knew this Brad before. The Brad that I met, I hated. I did not like Brad.
Well,
Kidnapped Wiley Brad. Oh, goodness gracious.
Oh yeah, he was terrible. But back when he's always been snarky and always been, doing something bad. When he worked in the lab, if you wanted somebody to falsify some results or do something underhanded, Brad was your guy back then. And his lab partner was Ellie Spinelli.
Yeah. Oh, and then now Ellie Spinelli's dating Nathan. Isn't it beautiful? Not Nathan. Nathan's dead. Griffin Monroe.
Yeah.
Yo, oh my goodness. I date Griffin. I need a horse in my living room to be Cody. You're right. I do need a horse in my living room because Cody lives with a horse. There's no way for Cody to not be near the horse. If he's drinking his morning coffee, there's the horse. If he's having his afternoon sandwich, there's the horse. If he's macking on some chick at night, there's the horse.
No, you need to, you got comment. You can do anything.
Can we talk about, Leanne has a good one here. Can we talk about the absurdity of the almost hook attack on the haunted star in the ridiculous mask? I know that's a little bit off topic what we were talking about, but it made me think of this. 2 killers, mother.
Yes, because this person's frame was a man's frame.
So, and also at the same time, how do we have the hook killer on the haunted star itself, walking around looking at Trina and Spencer, and also on the docks ready to stab, or ready to hook Jocelyn? Not dripping wet or anything. Like, no, it just doesn't. Because it was the haunted star at sea, or was it just hanging out at dock?
Maybe the two. Well, you could have 2 hookers.
Yeah.
In Ryan and Heather.
Ooh, they both got out.
Well, she got a skeleton key to everything. She got a key to the damn city of Port Charles.
Cheryl says copycat murder. I was actually thinking that this would be interesting. This would be a fun and interesting thing. And I don't know if it'll happen because anything that we predict here on the 10th floor never really comes to pass. But I thought it would be interesting that every hook killer has been different. Like, it's just a bunch of people doing the same thing so they don't get caught. And, it's a copycat of a copycat of a copycat of a copycat.
Maybe it's the dawn of day.
Oh, the dawn of day resurgence. That one remaining member that was still freaking...
That damn Daisy, that little girl Daisy.
Daisy, yes, that damn Daisy. Gosh, that Daisy. So there's Daisy. And then remember there was also like prison guards and detective, or like there was a prison guard or a parole officer as well that was like, I believe in Shiloh. Shiloh. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Now that would be fun because Dawn of Day was creepy. Shiloh was good, but lasted a little too long.
Yep.
Once they moved him into like the whole Drew thing and actually knew them way back when, and Helena had him kidnap them to give them to Andre for the memory swap. That was a little too much. But the creepy drug cup, the father of Willow's baby, assaulter. That's a pretty good villain.
Yeah.
He's dead. I think that I also liked him also because he was the next villain after the Diddler. Do you remember
Yeah, I think so.
The Diddler? James Harvey.
He's awful.
Yeah. That Diddle storyline wasn't good. But what good came out of it was Drew and Franco, sort of bonding and like Drew like shooting the guy. Yeah. But we never got anything out of it because Billy Miller left.
Yeah.
Oh, well. The hook mask made me think of Patient 6's mask. It probably is the same one. They got a costume closet that they just pull stuff out of.
Yeah.
You don't.
I tell you what. And what's her name? Anyway, I was trying to say her real name. Esme had the belly on this week.
Yeah, so you're never going to see Willow and Esme in the same scene together. Because they only got one belly. So Willow and Esme are the exact same months pregnant.
Yeah. And they had the belly on Esme this week because I recognized the belly.
Yes.
It has a certain sheen to it. Doesn't it, Matt?
Yes, it's a little shiny.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. Cody, can you get the hook instead of
I wish they would have let me put that thing on that day.
I know, wouldn't that have been fun?
That'd have been fun.
Been like, I've been pregnant with all of Port Charles. Susan Moore's brothers, Heather's cousin, Jason's father is the killer. Jason's father is Alan Quartermain.
He sure is.
Susan Moore's brothers. I'm not sure what the rest of that is. Still think it's ADA or Laura's assistant mayor. I mean, that would just be so. That'd be honestly at this point, I would be really disappointed if the hook killer was just the ADA.
I would be disappointed too. It needs to be a character that it needs to be somebody that we're somewhat invested in. And I personally am not invested in that ADA at all.
No.
Only thing I want to see I want to see Laura fire her. That's all I want to see.
You're fired. You're fired. Get out. You know, and since Jeannie Francis doesn't have the Botox, she can still emote with her eyebrows, and it just adds an extra layer of intensity when she screams at somebody.
Most of the time she emotes in sadness with her eyebrows now.
She does, but when
she's so disappointed in that kid of hers.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. Give me Susan Moore, Jason's mom. Okay, Kaiwan, I get it. You wanted to be Susan Moore. That would be really interesting. I mean, I don't know how they could connect it, but hey, we're pulling characters out from yesteryear. Let's do it. It's someone we haven't thought of and will shock us, says Kelly.
I think so too.
I'm with that. It's Felicia.
I'm with that too.
It's somebody coming back. It's Brenda. You know. I don't know.
I want it to be somebody cool.
It's Lulu because she knocked her noggin and now she's crazy.
You know what I thought about Lulu this week?
Oh,
actually,
did you?
Because I thought about Lulu this week because Dante and Sam, they really are coming closer and closer and closer together, and they have this blended family, and they're so happy, and they just. And Dante's alluded that I need her more than I thought, and I blah, 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 blah.
And you're ready for a wrench.
I'm ready for, they cannot leave somebody happy for very long.
Here's the wrench, Ma. Here's the wrench. All right, Cody's going to walk into the house, and he's going to have that admission. Dante and I killed somebody in 1996. Dante and I accidentally killed somebody in summer camp in 1996.
Well, there's something's. They're just too happy.
Yeah,
they're just too happy. So something's gonna happen.
Yes.
I mean, they're seen and Kelly's having their hot fudge sundae on New Year's night was very cute, but. Just a little too much happiness going on, it looks like. It's a good thing that Cameron went to some catering gig because Jocelyn gonna blow his life up.
Yes.
Gonna enter 2023.
Why?
I mean,
Why? Come on, Jocelyn. You know, just
if you're gonna wait till the 31st, you might as well wait another week.
I know.
Why not just wake him up on Christmas morning?
Be like, hey, Merry Christmas, Cameron. I know we totally boned last night. It was super fun, and you had a great time. You got those wild oats out there. I'm leaving, and we're never going to see each other again. But we can still be friends. You still want to be my friend, right? The chat so far is not a fan of Sam and Dante, Mom. They find them to be boring. As in they, I mean two people. But
not everybody gonna like everybody, but I think that they cannot, it's a soap opera. You can't be happy for too long.
No, Sam is boring these days, says Janet. Sam is very different now than she was before, but she also has kids. And she said on previous occasions, the life is too much for me. And the whole reason she and Jason aren't together is because it was just too dangerous. Danny could have been blown up in that explosion, Jason. You just don't understand. I can't do this anymore. So, she's changed.
Yeah.
She's suburban now.
Yeah.
But it happens. It happens to the best of us. I really want to know Cody's secret. Cody's secret is he and Dante killed the man in 1996.
They did something together that they don't want anybody to know about. They did something, whether it be accidentally on purpose, but they were children. It's obviously
it was an accident. It was an accident. So this is what I would do. This is how I would write it. All right, let's sit in Matt's writing nook. All right, this is what I would do. All right, I would take Dante. I would take Sam. Dante and Sam. I'd take Dante and I'd take Cody. All right, and they killed him. They think they killed a man in 1996. They clobbered him over the head. For some reason, they thought he was dead. They put him in a shallow grave, but don't realize that he's been alive this whole time.
Yep.
So he's going to wander back into Port Charles, and it's going to be like, oh my God, I thought we killed that man in 1996. So it's important that we establish the year. And, drama core. That's what I would do.
Dang near 30 years ago.
And 30 years ago, how old were these people?
12 or so.
I mean, I don't know if Dante's 42. I imagine his character has to be 42 by now.
I would think so.
You know, he's got the sprinkle. He's got the sprinkle like I do now. You know, I mean, mine's more like dumping flour on somebody's head, but you know, he's got the sprinkle. Dante's covering for Dante about something. Maybe Cody took the blame for something that Dante did, and it put him in this spiral of always having to kind of like grift to a degree, while Dante got to be a cop.
Yeah.
You know,
he just got to go back to Bensonhurst and have the neighborhood yell at him.
Yeah. And Cody had something or other. You know, now, you know, Cody doesn't seem to be too upset about that. I don't know what to make of Cody, honestly. You know, Cody showed up and he's like, yeah, I pursued you because I thought you might have some stuff that belonged to Leopold, and it turned out you did, but now I don't have anything. Now I'm sad, and I'm just like, what? Who are you? What is your motivation? Beyond I wanted that thing, but now I don't have it, but whatever. But if it's whatever, then why were you so invested to begin with? Who are you, Cody?
And what he really wants now, he doesn't seem to be, he kind of let go of that idea of the necklace pretty fast and easy. But what he really wants now, what he's feeling so guilty about, is he wants his dad.
He wants a Mac Daddy.
He wants a Mac Daddy.
He wants a Mac Daddy. He can't have Mac Daddy. He can't have Mac Daddy because he lied about Mac Daddy because he wanted the necklace. Now the necklace is gone. He doesn't have a Brit. He doesn't have a Mac Daddy. He doesn't have a necklace. He ain't got nothing. He got a horse.
Yeah.
It's not even his horse. It's Leo's horse. He ain't got a horse. He can't even ask. He can't even ask Brit to show up to deliver a baby. Austin had to do that.
It's true.
Bye, Kaiwan. Thanks for coming. Jeannie was 34 in 1996. I was 10.
34 in 1996. Yeah.
But, you know, it depends on what part of 1996. You know, I turned 10, so I was also 9. Ages never add up. Ages aren't supposed to add up. They're not. That's part of the reason why I'm making such a big deal about 1996, because I have no idea how old they're supposed to be. And if they were to do 1996, like, then they would have to stay 1996, and they could never do anything to shift these people's histories ever again. And that's the beauty of soap operas, is you don't really put a date unless it's on a tombstone, and then you can just change the date on the tombstone. It's fine. Canon is everything. Canon is everything on a show that is not on 5 days a week, 4 weeks a month, 12 months a year, for 60 years. That is way too much drama, entertainment, television to have everything supremely line up now with what happened back then.
No.
You just can't. You can't and keep it interesting.
And with you know, and to me, if you got a weather machine and you got worms in your brain, you got all these different things that can happen. I'm not expecting it to be believable. It's too hard, especially when a day is a week is a month is a year. Like when it comes to the curvy, worvy, timey wimey, whatever that Doctor Who stuff is, when it comes to how a timeline is in the soap world, it's so jelly, it's so malleable. Things move back and forth years depending on what story that they're telling now, or how old these kids need to be, and all that kind of stuff. So expecting Laura to be like, well, 26 years ago when I was dancing through Waldman's with Luke, I remembered that I came across this one coin from 1973 that made me think of my father, Gray. Like it's just not gonna happen. Matt. Like it appears that Jeff and Carolyn they brought those characters back for basically nothing.
So
not unless there's something up in their under their hat that we're not privy of, but it seems like they're out.
So I really think that it is. So if you were to go on, let me just try to preface this thing here. If you were to go on Twitter and just take everything that some of these more critical fans have to say, you would think that it's a bunch of people sitting in a room shooting heroin, smoking dope, and going, "Let's just do that this week. Who gives a shit? Hey, I'm a man." You know, that's like kind of the picture that is painted by some of the critical GH fans. But I think that they are trying a little harder than people are giving them credit for. I think they're paying a little more attention than people are giving them credit for. I think that the old adage of don't give your audience exactly what they want when they want it, so they'll continue to watch, is very true, especially on a show like GH. Because we're now getting Sprina touching each other, okay?
I thought they was going to kiss on. I thought they were going to kiss on Friday.
They're like, oh, let's pretend to be in love, but then it's just the cover for them to start making out because that's what they really want. Like,
but they're so in love.
All that kind of stuff. But when it comes
down
to it,
they are so in love. They are so in love.
I just don't think that the GH producers, staffs, writers, and all are just smoking a bunch of weed in the writers' room and being like, I don't care what we're doing, we're just making money this week, man. It's just Heather like wants to like bone Ryan. What if they had a kid? That sounds good, Like, no, that's not what's happening. That's not what's happening.
And Matt, what do you think about Esme jumping off the parapet yesterday?
My goodness.
On Friday?
Well, that's not something I expected to see.
Me either.
So so it comes to the big thing when it comes to Esme is redemption or not. Are they redeeming her or not? It really seems like some moments it seems like yes, maybe we are redeeming her, and then other moments we're like, no, screw that, she's nuts. And then she jumps off the parapet. So I'm not so sure that I'm even on team redemption anymore. Remember how No, yeah, it was on the podcast. I said her putting the star up on the tree and stuff and kind of looking at it going, oh, it was like, oh, what are we getting, Ma? We're getting step one, Esme being a good person. And now she's jumping off the parapet because she's like, I can't do this anymore. I'm finally out of here.
I just don't see her jumping off of there without some kind of rescue plan already. Maybe Demetrius is going to be down there scooping her up.
Maybe he will be. But there was a fall, there was a splash. She done jumped off the parapet again, and she did survive. And really, when it comes down to it, statistically speaking, you're going to be okay. You're not even going to get a bruise. Statistically speaking. So,
most of the people off the parapet survive.
All kinds of people have fallen off the parapet. Nicholas himself fell out a window. Remember Ava a couple of months ago in conversation with Nicholas was like, that it's not that deadly. You and I both know from personal experience that people can survive that fall.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. Oh my God.
But Esme for sure will be having that child soon.
Oh yeah. I mean, she's 6 months pregnant, but she's gonna have it preemie. She jumped off the parapet. She's gonna have that baby. Esme is getting that guard suite on her. She's a diabolical delight. Yeah, maybe Demetrius is going to save her, and then she's gonna stab Demetrius in the neck.
I wouldn't be surprised. Maybe her goofy parents will do it.
Maybe.
Heather and Ryan.
Oh gosh, can you imagine that trio loose?
Oh my goodness. It cracked me up too when she lit that little tree on fire.
Yeah.
He was like, maybe it wasn't such a good idea.
I don't know if this is such a good idea. Somebody in here said, oh, it was Melissa. Esme and Ace, the best mother-child team since Liesl and Britt. I think Heather and Ryan will get Nicholas, says David. Ooh, we're fast approaching the final scenes of Marcus Coloma as Nicholas. Now, some new information has come out since my little update that I did for you guys 2 weeks ago, but I don't know if it's true or not. His people, Marcus Coloma's people, not GH's people, but Marcus Coloma's people, have come out and said, oh, well, he didn't film the last part of his contract because he has COVID. I don't know if that's true or not. Or
Well,
it wasn't he
true.
has COVID. He was experiencing health related issues connected to COVID exposure or something like that. Was the weird funky terminology that was used.
It was kind of funky. Who knows? Who knows? Well, and it'll be interesting to see going forward. Is the last couple of scenes of Nicholas going to be an actor, like the guy that was playing him a month ago for a day, a day player kind of thing?
I don't know. Because I don't know. Because if he refused to film the last couple of weeks, if he was unable for whatever reason to film his last couple of last couple of weeks on his contract, so I guess as it turns out, he wasn't unceremoniously fired. He wasn't pulled into the office to say you're done, pal. But the end of his 3-year contract was coming up, and they're like, we're not going to be re-signing you.
Right.
So I don't know what that means for Nicholas. But that means that Marcus wasn't going to do his last bit.
I would not be a bit surprised if we don't see Christopher. Tyler Christopher
coming back. I honestly, if it wasn't for having a different actor in mind, I don't know why they wouldn't have re-signed him. Because it's not like the show didn't like Marcus Coloma.
Right. And it's not like the character was flat and didn't have story.
No, and when it comes down to it, people didn't particularly like his performance. But as we said in the chat that I had, the chat with Matt, there are definitely people that liked it. And when it comes down to it, there was levels and nuance in his performance of Nicholas. It just wasn't what Tyler Christopher was doing. It was a radically different interpretation of the character. And I think that's got more in the way than the characterization that Marcus Coloma had chosen for Nicholas. Because it wasn't bad. He was dark and brooding.
It was Cassadine-ish.
So
it was.
So
Cassadines are dark and brooding.
Right. So
and breathy talkers.
I think that the likelihood of Tyler Christopher coming back honestly is fairly high, I think. But I don't know what's going to happen. Too. I don't know what's going to happen.
And I've seen his face popping up here and there.
And this is what I would do,
social media.
You know what I would do? This is what I would do, all right? So if Marcus Coloma isn't going to do it, then I would get that Adam Huss person to do the last couple of weeks of the contract, okay? I would have Adam Huss hooked. Not killed, but hooked, and has to go in for surgery. He's down and out for a couple of weeks, recovering something. And then when Nicholas comes back to town after recovering from his hook injury, it'll be the new actor.
That makes sense.
New full-time actor.
That's what you can't hug it out like Babe, that's for sure.
No. Nathan says, for all we know, Tyler Christopher could already be back at GH taping and playing Nicholas. Anything can happen. It's entirely possible. In order for them to do that, though, without word coming out, though, it would have to be like nobody else is there. Just the crew that you need to film what it is that they're doing. But you couldn't let everybody have the pages. The writer that wrote it had to have done it by themselves, or the lead writer would have had to have done it without telling anybody. The amount of secrecy that would have to be around filming that for nobody to know, for Soap Opera Digest to not figure it out, because nobody in soaps, I can't say nobody, but the people who work in soaps that are info leaks don't seem to really mind leaking information.
And you guys, the way that the studio is positioned, it's in the middle of a neighborhood. You're not like an industrial area of town. You're in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
And there is the studio, right, Matt?
Yeah, pretty much. That chain link fence.
And then there's
the park.
and there's a parking on the street in front of that studio.
Yeah.
Street parking.
Yeah.
You could have people. You could have a plant sitting there in a car watching who drives in and out of that dang driveway.
If people were invested enough, absolutely you could have that. Just hanging out. Hey, Irma. Welcome to the show.
And I couldn't see that there was another way into that studio either.
No, it's just that front gate.
One big gate.
It's just that front gate. They're keeping it secure. You know, Patrick Dempsey used to work there.
It's very secure. You can't get in there. But you can certainly see who's driving up and who's leaving.
Yeah, unless they're in the back of a car with tinted windows and stuff.
Yeah, unless that.
Helena at 76 survived the fall from the parapet, by the way, says Daisy. So yeah, look at that.
Helena has survived everything.
Yeah.
I halfway think that she gonna crop up again. Constance Towers has not passed away.
No, she hasn't. She can always show up in another video, right?
Yep.
Nathan says it really
Been
comes
here
down to the
100 years
writing for
old.
Nicholas. It just hasn't been the same. Yes, Nicholas is a Cassadine, but some of the things he did when Marcus Coloma played him, Nick wouldn't do at all. You know, I get that.
But we've said before, the Nicholas that returned from his fake death is very different.
A very
than
different Nicholas.
Nicholas that left.
Yes, yes, yes.
And he was getting dark when he left.
He said something about, you know, what was it? Courtney died or something, and he's like, I don't see a point in being a good person anymore. Something like that. I don't remember who died and he said that, but I remember somebody saying that he said that. So, you know, it's fact because somebody said that he said that. And that somebody is somebody that I don't remember, so I have to trust them. Which makes it the truth.
Well,
Internet
Fagin
logic.
is dead. That's not something Nicholas would do either.
But, you know, honestly, you know, truthfully, folks, 100% honest with you, as people who are consuming this media and not creating this media, it's not really for us to say if it's something Nicholas would or wouldn't do, because Nicholas did it. That means it's something Nicholas would do.
Yeah. I did love, well, let's talk about his mom a little bit. I loved him. She chewed him out on Friday.
Oh, as she does.
As she does. And oh my God, she is petrified of Uncle Victor. Ready to fight him, but petrified of him. She was like, oh my God.
Don't worry about him, little sister. I got him. Just let me out of this jail. I'll strangle him with my own righteous hands. I call this one the hammer of God, and this one is the sword of Gabriel.
Well, Cyrus says somebody to have on your side, and Laura and Martin both know that they didn't have to run off out of town because of him.
Nope.
They had to run out of town because of Uncle Victor. They just didn't know it at the time.
Your ADA is working for Victor. Oh, you already know that, do you, little sister? Cyrus Renault, man. All right, so okay, so what we got? All right, so we oh man. All right, so 15K, 15,000th episode. We got Cyrus still being a bastard. All right. We got him trying to get Laura impeached from the mayordom, you know, removed from the chair. He was the man behind the Concerned Citizens for Port Charles and all of that stuff. And then he got forgiven. And then he forgave himself. And then he accepted the forgiveness of the great Lord above. Okay. And then, all right, and then we got Pastor Cyrus. Full of religion. But
well, I tell you what. Cyrus got one leg in the Old Testament and one leg in the New.
And with this time, all right. So with Spencer, he was pastor preacher Cyrus, all right. Pastor Father Preacher Cyrus Renault, all right. Reverend Pastor oh, Reverend Father Cyrus Renault. And he used his righteousness, the Bible verses, the turning the other cheek to his advantage when it came to protecting Spencer. But now in there with his brother and his sister, all right, in the depths of the danger that Victor Cassadine represents, we do still have a righteous and religious Cyrus Renault. But we also have a righteous and religious Cyrus Renault who understands exactly how capable he is.
Yes.
Oh goodness, it's gonna be so good. All right, because he's gonna be like, I hear him. You know Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Cyrus. You know, where he just does Bible verses and wisdom and then shoots the guy. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Oh my gosh! All right, so here's what's gonna happen. All right, let's sit in Matt's writing corner again.
You want me to say to you?
Okay, all right, okay. So, because we got a couple of war fronts happening in Port Charles. Okay, so I don't know. It's gonna be wild. It's gonna be a crazy time here early in 2023. Okay, because we got the Victor stuff. All right, we got the Victor stuff, and the Victor stuff is getting toward heating up. Okay, because we've got Alexis telling Spencer, hey, we insisted on being separate. That's how you do it. Spencer beginning to insist. I'm going to do this. I'm not going to live here. Father doesn't want me here. It's whatever. Even if he did, I'm not going to live here. I'm insisting on separating myself. Laura tells Nicholas, it doesn't matter what's going on. All you have to do is just stop. Just stop supporting him. Just stop helping him. Right? So Victor's going to have to make his move.
Yeah.
He has to. His support is starting to dry up. We haven't really moved forward to things. All of the characters are back on canvas. We're just waiting on Anna and Valentin, I guess. And once they're back in town, we have to move forward with this thing that's going to happen. All right. And then on the tails of that thing that's going to happen, the Pikemans are showing up.
Yeah.
With their guns, not just their guns, their military grade weaponry.
Yeah. That's the first time that they've alluded to what he's moving.
Well, in this case, he's moving guns. Well, he's allowing somebody to move guns.
Yes.
So it's
Michael's smelling chum in the water when it comes to Sunny too.
All of this is connected. I know that I just explained a bunch of Victor stuff, but it's all going to be tied into what I'm saying here. The Pikemans are on their way, or the Pikeman, Mr. Pikeman security firm is on its way. All right, Dex and Michael are going to be successful in getting Sunny arrested and wrapped up from what's going on there. Okay, they're going to be successful in that, removing Sunny from controlling the Pikeman situation. Leaving only Ms. Wu there to ally with who? We don't know. Drama. Will Wu help Sunny get out? Or is she going to ally herself with the Pikeman to remove Sunny entirely?
Well, she's got, all we know is, and I'm just basing this on the photos I saw this past week, Lydia, look, is not going anywhere. She's in a bunch of those photos.
No, she ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere.
So Miss Wu's going to be up to shenanigans.
So then the question becomes, Mother, when Victor Cassadine and Pikeman's security inevitably align with each other to get rid of our heroes from Port Charles, who is going to stand against them? All right. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be wild. I really think that the next 4 months of TV on General Hospital are going to be crazy and unpredictable. I feel like it's going to be...
it's going to have some crazy twists and turns.
There's going to be some crazy twists and turns. Things are going to just be nuts. I think that it's going to be... I don't want to call it a hell-torn warscape or anything like that. But things are going to move, and things are going to move quickly. And there's going to be surprises, betrayals, alliances, and all of that stuff.
I think so too.
We're going to have factions of characters working together against other factions of characters. And I don't know exactly how that's going to spell out and how that's going to look in the current landscape of General Hospital. It's going to be very exciting. But then again, the question always remains, what are we building to? Are we building to a very exciting 60th anniversary, or are we building to a very exciting conclusion to the adventures in Port Charles? We shall see. I don't know.
I don't know either.
But we're gonna.
But I'm here to watch it. I'm gonna watch every second of it.
We sure are. I just want a year of mourning like we got for all my children. That's all I want. I don't want, hey, by the way, we got 4 weeks left. Thanks for joining us. You know, that's not what I want. I want to savor the last 12 months. You know what I'm talking about?
The only way that I can be, I don't want ABC to get rid of all their soaps. My gosh. They would be the first network to pull the trigger of being soapless.
They would be. And let's not do that. Let's just move it online. Let's just move it online if anything. Lissa says it will turn out the last few years was Lulu's coma dream. I'll do one better, Lissa. The last few years was Laura still in her comatose position. And we pull out and she's just...
in that rocking chair, still staring out the window, huh? Where they only showed the back of her head for a year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss all my children, says Nathan. We all miss all my children.
We sure do.
Let's see. I guess technically NBC is soapless because they took their off of the main thing and put it on Peacock.
But Peacock is NBC though.
Selena Wu likes for people to owe her. She'll get rid of the Pikemans and Sunny will be in her debt. Ms. Wu will rule, says Chandra, which is entirely possible. Ms. Wu, her racket is debt.
It is true. It is true. Yeah, she's got it. She's going to have you buy your short hairs in debt. But if she really, she with messing with Gladys, she's messing with Sunny's family, really.
It's true.
And messing with Sasha is messing with.
What are you doing here?
Because
taking him through their worth.
There's no way Miss Wu knows that Gladys is taking care of Sasha,
mm-hmm.
and she knows that the money she's spending is not her own. She knows that.
Yeah.
I know.
That's my Sonny. That's my Sonny.
Miss Wu,
Selena Wu.
You ain't no good.
Hooks in Port Charles. Yeah, so Gladys is gonna have to start stealing from Sasha, and that's gonna be really sad. I mean, that's how I expect it to go. We'll see.
Oh, and then Sasha keeps on saying, they have her in dialogue saying how wonderful Gladys is and how she's taken care of her, and she's
another betrayal.
She's handled this. She's been a godsend it's turned out way more than I expected, and she really leans on her and loves her. She's gonna be so disappointed.
Already,
Sasha don't need any more crapola happen in her life. My gosh, let's give Sasha a little bit of happiness.
I guess that's maybe with Chase. Give her some happiness with Chase. It was nice to see them on screen together again.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's good. Vanna boning all over the place. Sona, Sunny and Nina. They're cute. They're not heavy impact. They're not punching characters. They're not really driving any real story other than just kind of keeping the coals burning when it comes to Nina's antagonism with Willow and Carly. But they're not up to much other than just being cute.
Yeah,
but that's fine.
You know what I noticed this couple of weeks ago. This happened since we talked, but I just found it interesting. Do you know how Ava Mora West, and we were told this when we went on the tour, Ava West likes to mess with props.
Yes. She likes to have business with her hands.
She likes to do something with her hands.
She likes to twist the martini, swizzle.
She likes to eat the olive.
Yeah.
She likes to play with things. So she's in the chapel of the church.
Mm-hmm.
And she's extinguishing flames of candles
I saw
other people with.
I saw that. So not only is that hilarious, but it's a total Ava thing to do, okay? We get these glimpses of the most important parts of Ava's day in which she has to be nice to the people that she loves. But for the most part, Ava's kind of a B word, and that's a total Ava thing to do. I'm just going to put these out.
Yeah.
Screw their
I laughed at that.
God needs to pay attention to what I need right now. Put these out.
Extinguish these.
That is funny, though. That is funny. I like Demetrius trying to blow out the candle, but missing the first time. That was good. There we go. I also like that the candles in the church are tea lights. They went to Costco and got an $8 pack. Sunny made me mad, says Daisy, when he told Nina to consider Donna family. Should he wait until marriage, Daisy? Should he wait until he's married to Nina before Donna can consider her family? Donna is not Nina's family. I don't know. She's pretty in love with Donna's daddy.
Well, I don't think she should be like a major part of Donna's life yet.
Sonny's putting the cart before the horse.
Because she's young. She's young. She's a baby. And children that age have a tendency to love with no abandon.
Mm-hmm.
And that means that she can have her little heart crushed.
Yeah.
We don't want her calling. We don't want her calling her Mama Nina. Not yet.
Oh, goodness.
Mama Carly, she didn't get that title overnight from little Avery.
No, it took years of raising her in that home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Donna's not Nina's family. All right. Hey, it's true. So yeah, maybe Sonny is ingratiating Nina too quickly into his family unit. And there will be more drama from that. Cheryl says she really wants Sasha to take over Brando's garage since she has experience in mechanics. I'm with it. Sasha needs something to do.
Yeah.
But then she's also,
I
busy.
like that idea too.
She got fired though. She got fired by Lucy, didn't she?
She did.
Yeah, so she's jobless at the moment. Yeah, I'm with it.
They might have given her extreme leave of absence.
They don't need to have her be the lead mechanic, but she can, run the business.
She'll run the business.
Yeah.
And then Dex will have something to do during the day.
Well, there we go. And then he can start cheating on Joss with Sasha, because it's a soap. That's what we do. It's a soap. You can't put a male and female character in close proximity together for too long, or else they're going to bone.
And if they keep Dex around very much longer, he's going to, like with GH Style, he's going to have family tie in town.
As it turns out, my name is... Oh gosh, who could he be? Dexter... Because I don't want him to be a Quartermain or a Corinthos or Corbin or anything like that, I want to be surprised, Dexter Hardy, Something surprising. You know what I was going to say? All right, listening, all that kind of... I was going to a point earlier when I was saying that the writers aren't just smoking a bunch of dope in the writers' room. And I remember where I was going now. I was saying that it is that they want to put on a good show, that they want to do an interesting show within the limits that they have, and to make ABC happy and to keep the budget where it is, and blah 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 blah. But then they're also able to, while they're filming and writing something and seeing the production and what's produced, and after it's edited and broadcast, they can see when something just isn't working at all.
Oh, yeah, and I think that's when we see them make extreme left and right turns.
And that was connected to the Jeff Weber thing. I think that they filmed that stuff with Jeff and with Carolyn, and then saw what it was and said, this was not what we intended. This is not the product that we had wanted to do. Pull it.
Yeah. They say it happens all the time.
Yeah. So
drop things like a hot potato and wash their hands regularly. Yeah.
Maybe a spawn of Jerry Jacks, says Chandra. That would definitely stop Jocelyn. You're my cousin.
I saw that fool on something a couple of weeks ago. I forgot what it was now.
Jerry Jacks? You saw Jerry Jacks on something?
Yeah, what's his name?
Sebastian Roche or something.
Yeah, I saw him on something. He's a bad guy, of course.
Of course.
But I did see him on something.
Sasha's heading for Cody. I don't know.
Maybe.
See, the thing about Cody is, Cody's fine, I guess. But he was in a scene with, maybe it was Britt. I don't know. He was in a scene with somebody in the last couple of weeks. Maybe it was at the Quartermains or I don't remember exactly. But he was on the screen, and you can see a bunch of characters in the shot. It wasn't a bunch. It was him and somebody else. Whatever. I'm being
he
very
got
not
the
clear.
Hots from Mama Q.
Yeah, of course he has got the Mama Hot. I slept with your mother in 1996. Anyway, but there was just this presentation of who Cody is that just does not align with the same taste of the other characters that are on the show. And I get that he's supposed to be like a man of the dirt and a man's man or whatever it is that
he's supposed to be a blue collar dude.
The everyman. There we go. That's the writing term. The everyman, the one that most people can see themselves in because he's blue collar. He's not rich. He's just doing his job and but there's just something about the flavor that just isn't mixing with the flavor of these other characters. And I think that it's just the depiction of just who he is, because the closest thing that we had to an everyman before was Chase. But he at least tasted like the other soap characters.
And Rory too.
Taste is a very strange word to be using, folks, but go with me here. So I don't know, man. I don't know what the future is. He was very connected to Britt. Maybe nothing. I don't know. Marshall's a great grandfather. Michael and Willow are going to get married again. But here's the thing: nobody cares. Okay, some people care. There's a lot of Chillo fans out there. Not Chillo, Millow fans. A lot of Millow fans out there. They're getting the romance. Okay, there is no problem with Willow and Michael. When it comes down to it, if you like them, there's a lot to like.
Mm-hmm.
If you like them. But if you don't like them, there's not much to be invested in. For me, personally, I am not worried about Willow. Her illness,
Mm-hmm.
I am not concerned about her.
Yeah, she's gonna be all right.
I feel like she's going to be just fine.
Mm-hmm.
There's no danger that I sense when it comes to this whole bone marrow thing. And then also when it comes down to it, I also don't feel the crunch of time as well, because she seems pretty okay. For stage 4 cancer, she just seems to be a little bit tired.
Mm-hmm.
How does nobody else know what's going on? How is it that Wiley
They
is
just keep on saying having a difficult pregnancy she's had.
You know? And then Wiley screaming, "No, doctor, I want to go sledding now." And he gets a half-hour timeout.
Mm-hmm.
What? Okay.
I don't think I've seen a kid get a timeout on there before.
I mean, a couple of things. Number one, I think a half-hour timeout for the mini fit that Wiley threw is a little extreme. But then also at the same time, I don't know how he didn't immediately get his collar snatched and, told you, "How dare you talk to your mother like that," without this whole half-hour timeout powwow in his bedroom amongst his toys upstairs, unsupervised, away from everybody, to do as he pleases. Rich people's lives, I guess,
I guess.
I don't know, man. It's not like I got my collar snatched a whole lot or anything, but I got my ear twisted, But then I look at my brother who's like, "Well, I'm just going to educate my child into understanding why his choices are wrong." So I guess it takes all types. I don't know. Because he ain't snatching no collars. I never seen my brother twist no ears.
Yes, he does.
Oh, does he? He doesn't like my mom does?
Oh, yes, he does.
Well, that's good.
He and I have had a few conversations about it in the last 3 or 4 months.
Oh, well, I mean, that kid is turning into a terror. As they do. As they do. Kids aren't perfect forever. I wasn't perfect forever. I saved all my bad behavior until I was 18. That's all I did.
You did what?
I saved all my bad behavior until I was 18. That's all.
Pretty much.
That's all.
Pretty much.
That's all. I was a good kid. I was a good kid. Ah, gosh. For 2 weeks, a lot happened. But then nothing happened. But a lot happened. Because Christmas week, like we had said, fluff. Great fluff. Enjoyable fluff. But fluff.
I loved that because I love all the holiday stuff on the soap. I loved all of it. I love the what was the festival called?
The gingerbread jam.
I love the gingerbread jam.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Chase's song was better than I anticipated it to be.
Yeah.
And I thought Josh Swicker did a good job on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Blaze, should be blazing and fizzling out. She wasn't so great.
Yeah.
I mean, she wasn't terrible, but she wasn't so great.
No.
Kelly Tebow's a better singer than her.
Kelly Tebow really belted it. Like she nailed it. She really. Yeah. Thank you so much, Kelly Tebow. And I really do hope that the last that we saw of Britt was her just walking out of the Haunted Star. I think that's a perfect end to Britt. It would be total Britt choice. So I'm with it. I am with it. I don't want her to get hooked. Willow's story reminds me, says Chandra, of when the audience knew that Alan Quartermain was hooked on drugs, but the family and GH staff didn't. So I don't know if you saw any of that, but I guess he must have gotten hooked on prescription pills, would be my assumption, being a doctor. Probably stealing from that show, Nurse Jackie. They're talking about how Michael's love interests wind up dead, but so does Maxie's.
Well, he got the death D and she got the death V.
The only people that survives are their true soulmates. So far, just Spinelli. Terry and Yuri are still growing strong, says Melissa. So that's great,
Yeah, he was not at. She explained away why he wasn't at that Haunted Star. He was sick.
Yes,
Yuri was sick.
It's just illnesses, and honestly, truthfully, that's perfect. That in today's day and age, all right, and having the show skip COVID, which totally understandable. You don't need to write that into our escapism that was on Monday through Friday. We had plenty of that on the other shows. But to kind of mirror real life now, where COVID's still a thing. There's still a real pandemic out there, folks. Still mask up and wash your hands.
I was on the phone. I was on the phone with my provider last week.
Mhm.
And this hasn't happened to me. And I've had the same provider since I was a child. And I haven't had this happen to me in forever. I was on the advice nurse
Mhm.
line for an hour and 15 minutes before they got to me.
You're lucky.
That's a long ass time to listen to some bad canned music.
Gosh, that's usually how long I have to take on hold. Oh, wow. I'm sorry, but it reflects real life now, where we're having events all the time. Christmas just happened, in which a couple of family members didn't come because they didn't feel well, and had it been previous years, they would have shown up, but
Yeah.
not anymore.
Yeah, and
I'm all
Fall
for it.
Down Daddy was stuck in upstairs.
Yeah, just stuck upstairs
He
because he
wasn't
wasn't
feeling
feeling
good on
well.
Christmas,
Ultimately
and
fine. Ultimately just a cold. But we ain't playing with that no more.
No, and he missed all of Christmas. He stayed upstairs the entire Christmas day.
Yeah.
He came to the top of the stairs. Our staircase is open, so he's pulled a chair to the top of the stairs, overlooking the living room, was able to watch other people open their gifts.
Yeah.
Nobody went up there and talked to him and all that.
Nope.
Because they're trying.
Nope. So the Yuri's sick. Monica's sick. They're not gonna come down. They're isolating. They're not gonna come to this event. Totally appropriate for the world as it is, and perfectly explained.
Believable storytelling.
Believable storytelling, exactly. So perfect there. It's perfect there. Perfect there. I love that Sasha appears to be recovering and getting her life together. That's nice. I didn't know Kelly T could sing. Loved it, says Kelly Public over.
I didn't either. I loved it too.
Maybe Sasha will deliver Esme's baby and have another missile break and run away with Ace. I hope not. Though, however, crazy, really sad. Sasha did have its moments of good where she was holding the baby doll and then saw Liam there and stuff. That's some heart wrenching things.
Oh, her thing when she was on that stage and they had her put the baby pack thing on.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then she was like, "Look at him, he's here. Oh, Liam, he's so happy and healthy." Yeah, it was very sad. It was very sad.
That was something.
Ace would be better off. Daisy had COVID at the beginning of December. I'm sorry. I'm happy you're feeling better. Did Daddy hurt himself when he fell last night? No,
he did not.
Fall Down Dad is okay.
He is fine. He didn't twist nothing. He didn't break nothing. He didn't embrace nothing. He's fine.
Kelly hasn't had COVID yet, but it will probably happen. That is naysaying thinking, Kelly. If you've been this safe so far, who's to say? Maybe you'll be the person who never catches it. I never got it. Not yet.
I haven't had it either.
If this was like Captain Trips from The Stand, I might be meeting a Mother Abigail.
Mm-hmm.
She's 108, so bakes her own bread. Come on, see me down here in Boulder, Colorado. Thanks for coming, Nathan.
That's good.
No, I'm talking 1994 Stan, not current 19. I'm talking Ruby Dee.
I watched
Mother
both
Abigail.
of them.
Ruby Dee, Mother Abigail, not Whoopi Goldberg, Mother Abigail.
Yes, I watched both of them. The first one was better.
Way better. The book is great too. Check it out. Mm-hmm. Stephen King, the only thing he's ever written that's good. Oh, controversial statement. Do you believe me? Is that what my real opinion is?
Like that big, right?
Or am I lying? Yeah, I think it was originally like 2 or 3 books.
Man, it's a big old book.
Yeah. Well, Stephen King is able to write something that's 5 pages long and 675 pages long. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote something. Did you know that I wrote something, Mother?
I know.
I wrote something and it's out for consumption.
It is.
You can listen to it live on your podcasting app. All you have to do is find the Really Short Story podcast hosted by JLJ Media. Find a little thing called Keep 'em on Your Good Side, Love Politics Medicine Story. Because, folks, Love Politics Medicine is coming your way in 2023. It is a soap, an audio drama soap written by me.
That guy right there. Right there.
Well, I'm
there.
I'm to your there. Take your right hand and point this way. There we go. There's a story of a man named Matthew and his mommy who watched soap operas. Anyway, that's the Brady Bunch. So yeah, if you guys have a chance, check that out. You should listen to it. It's fun. It's super fun. It's fun for me. I wrote it, and JLJ did all the work after that. All they did was put some words down on a digital a Google document, sent it to James Lott Jr., and he's like, "Oh, this is good. I'm going to do this." And I'm like, "Okay."
Oh.
And then he did all the work. So thank him.
He did a lot of the work.
He did all of the work.
Awesome.
Excuse me. So check that out if you haven't. Check it out if you haven't. Check it out if you haven't. Ugh. Goodness. You know, Ma, we're going to have to talk about how we're going to go on for half an hour or something, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, and talk about 2022, where I can just scroll the YouTube videos that we did, and we could just be like, remember how Peter died this year?
Okay.
You know? I don't know when we can do that. Not now.
You let me know.
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
Got to do it soon, otherwise it won't be topical anymore.
No, it'll be too much 2023 will be present.
Right. You know, like we can't go a couple of episodes into this year's GH. Maybe we'll do it tomorrow. I don't know. Not during GH, yells Kelly. I don't know what you're talking about. No, GH isn't on tomorrow. There's no General Hospital tomorrow.
No, there is no GH
no General
tomorrow.
Hospital. It's not happening tomorrow.
I did read that they having a repeat episode tomorrow. New content on Tuesday.
New content is Melissa. Ooh, Melissa lying in the chat. Oh, goodness gracious, Melissa is loud. Stop lying in there. Oof. Nicholas has been recast with Wes Ramsey. You're lying. Can you imagine?
Boy.
Mom, Laura, if that is your real name. How many last names have you had now, Mother? I think I'm going to stay with my Uncle Victor. Yeah. And then I can do the impression again.
You sure could. Not for long, though.
Peter August. On board with Melissa's recast. Oh, my goodness gracious. Oh, goodness gracious. All right, folks. I'm done. I'm done talking. My lungs are tired. Are your lungs tired?
Well, yeah, a little bit. It's a little after 6. A little after. It's 1:06.
A little after 6. You are fried.
I know. I was reading the freaking clock backwards.
Dyscalculic. It's all good. He'd be the perfect Cassadine. Maybe he should have been Peter Cassadine the whole time. The bastard son of Alexis, and not Alex.
Hey, Sam got a twin. They gave him away.
Peter August. Sinclair. Okay, all right, folks. I'm getting out of here. Kelly says go have a drink, Matt. Oh, do I need a drink?
I'm
also a voice actor. Call me. Cast me. Anyway, subscribe to the channel, like this video, go watch previous episodes of The 10th Floor, which you can find all through here on YouTube. I'm getting on the elevator because I'm going to go back down on the first floor. I'm getting into the parking garage. I'm going to duck and dive and avoid Peter August from falling off my wall and terrifying me in the night. I'm going to tune my radio to previous episodes of The 10th Floor, which you can find here on YouTube. You can also find it on all your podcasting applications, from Spotify to iTunes to Apple Podcast to Google Play to Stitcher, all that kind of stuff. And if you can't find it on the app of your choice, let me know on Twitter at 10th Floor GH, and I'll be happy to point you in the right direction and or make sure that the podcast gets recognized and uploaded to that platform.
Yes.
In the meantime, I said like and subscribe and all that. Happy New Year. We're going to see you next week live right here on the 10th floor at 11 a.m. Sundays here on YouTube to talk about General Hospital next week. It's going to be a good one. Only 4 episodes to cover, and I'm sure we're going to be all kinds of kooky weird like always.
In the meantime, weird like always.
Hang out here on the channel. Well, maybe we'll be back tomorrow randomly. I'll try to tweet something if we wind up doing that. And, you know, if any big news comes up, I'll try to sit down there. And Ma and I are going to have a real conversation about how to bring you more 10th floor content.
Yep.
In the future.
Yep.
And we'll also find out if Fido Xavier directed Britt's last episode, because I didn't pay attention. And if he did, I'll ask him to come and talk about it and see if he's available to do that, because I think that'd be fun.
I think he did direct Friday.
So I'll check it out, and I'll send him a little message if he did. And I think it would be fun, even if it's a little 15-20 minute chat. I think it'd be super fun to talk about Kelly T's last day and get some of his feedback and maybe even some Sonia Eddy stories. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I'll reach out and tweet him too, you guys, if you want to see that. You know, like, I don't have to do all the work. You do some stuff. Just sitting there listening. Anyway, folks. Where was I? Ted Floor. So go spend some time with your families. I've been Matt.
I've been Kat.
We'll catch you right back here next time on the 10th floor.